Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is another video where I'm gonna talk about foundation that I was using for a week. Today we're gonna talk about Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin foundation. So the first thing I will go through this in my every video like that, so you know, people who just met me and just see me first time gonna know. But if you already watched my video and you know my skin type and my foundation, like my foundation types that I like, you can just go to another sections. So first of all, my skin type. What is my skin type? My skin type is combination. Right now my skin goes more into the dry side because of the weather changes. My skin don't like weather changes because of this skincare I was using recently. I was trying to heal out my skin, my acne again, and my skin again didn't like it. So my skin is also really textured. I have many texture. I have bumps on my face. Also sometimes my skin getting a little bit oilier on my nose and on my chin. Those are like the worst areas for my foundation to last. So my nose and my chin, because my nose also have a texture. I have sebaceous filaments, so sometimes there are more flat, sometimes there are fuller, and the textured on my chin. I have mostly my acne is focused on my chin. I mean, my pimples are mostly focused on my chin, so my chin is getting like really separated when it comes to foundation. And next are my foundation preferences. So when it comes to foundation, I like medium coverage but buildable, that I can build up without using concealer on the places where I want more coverage. I like skin-like finish foundation. Lately I like skin-like finish foundation or glowy foundation. I don't especially like mattifying foundations. The only exemption is if the mattifying foundation don't need to be set, but usually at least my T-zone I need to set. So application and what products work the best with it. So when it comes to application, the first layer goes like a dream. I use it now with only Beauty Blender because, like I said previously in actually every film about foundation, Beauty Blender works the best with my skin. I see it have big potential to work really good with a brush. So if you are using a brush, don't be afraid to use a brush. Just my skin don't like brushes, and still it looks really good with a brush, but my skin feels irritated and getting dry the day after I use a brush. So the first layer works really good. You have quite much time to work everything into the skin. I use 2 pumps for whole my face, plus the second layer. In some places I would like to have more coverage, so 2 pumps are enough for like medium coverage like I have now. I didn't use concealer today, only under my eyes and like brightening up my bridge of my nose. So when it comes to second layer, you need to work faster, because when you build up the product on top of the first layer of the foundation, it's drying faster than the first layer you put. So it's drying a bit faster, so you need to work a bit faster. You know, you need to hurry more with a blending it. It's worked really good with every cream product I put on top. Like it's working beautifully with cream products on top. I think it's because it's self-setting foundation, so it's gonna work really good with any creams. When it comes to powders, I powder down only my T-zone because rest of my face looks too powdery, so I set rest of my face just with setting spray, and it's the method I find out works the best, like in a third day, and I'm using it since the third day, so like since the middle of this test. When it comes to primers, it's worked best with more of a silicone based primer, so it's worked really beautiful with the silicone type primers that's supposed to blur pores, something like I'm using the pore filling primer from Revolution, and it's very similar. It's like dupe for a professional from Benefit, so it works really good with products like that. On the rest of my face, I wanted to have more glowy finish, so I used the 17 makeup, the glowy base or the glowy primer, you know, the glowy one, and it's really similar to Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. So I think with that type, with some water-based product, it's really working good as well, but not with a sticky type of primers. I was using it on a first impression, like I used the sticky type of primer because I thought it's gonna work really good with this foundation, not working at separating, peeling, just like really bad. But overall, when it comes to application, it's really good foundation. So now, how this foundation feels on the skin. It feels like nothing. You don't even have a feeling like you put on top some kind of moisturizer or something, like usually the lightweight or feels like air foundations just feel like moisturizer because you have this, you know, layer of moisture on top. This foundation feels like nothing. It really does. It really feels like nothing at all. It's comfortable all day. It's not feeling drying on the skin too much, maybe just a tiny bit. After a whole day I'm using this foundation, when I wash it off, I feel my skin is a tiny bit more dry than it was, like, you know, the day before. But I think it's because, I don't know if it's have any skincare benefits. I don't think so. If it does, it's for me, for very sensitive skin, not doing the job. Now, how the foundation wears. So the first good thing, it doesn't oxidize. When you put it on your skin, the color stays the same all day, and the color range is really good. Like, I never found foundation that it's golden undertone, and it's like really golden undertone, not like yellow, cool yellow undertone. It's really golden. So but when it comes to how the foundation looks like during the day, it wears really long time, like looking the same for a really long time. And the way how it look like depends on your skin. If you have dry skin, it's not foundation for you. When my skin is more dry, like days where I wear more makeup, like few days in a row I would wear makeup and my skin is getting more dry, and I would put this foundation, it's looking flaky and it's just not looking flattering on the skin. When my skin have better days, like today, it's looking beautiful, it's looking smooth, it's wearing a long time. For a long time it's looking the same. Is it long wearing? Yes, it is long wearing. It is, like I said, if you have more an oily side skin type or normal skin type, it's really was, I would say 9 hours. It's looking almost the same when you first put it, like first 6 hours it's just not changing how it looks like. Now I have it for 3 hours and it's honestly just looking the same. And also it's usually depending what you put underneath the foundation, because this foundation can be manipulated quite much, because if you put glowy base underneath, it's looking a bit more glowy. If you put mattifying base, it's looking like full-on matte foundation. So if you put powder on top, it looks like matte foundation. If you want to powder it down, it's looking more like a glowy foundation. So you can really like match it to your needs. Packaging and shade range. The packaging is beautiful. It comes with a box like this, like white box. It has some like paper texture in it. There is like gold logo, there is gold writing on it. Here is like a bit about the foundation, like some of the claims. Here at the top you have a sticker with logo and the shade you've got. I have shade number 6, like I said before. And when you open it, I will put foundation inside because it's like it's art. It's some kind of art. And when you open it, the foundation is standing like that. At the like behind the foundation there was also leaflet about it, and yeah, without the leaflet it's not standing properly. And then you have the foundation, so you can leave this as a stand. I won't, because I don't mind the foundation doesn't sit flat, like it sit flat like that. You can't put it like this. So then you have the lid, gold lid, you have a pump, so like standard foundation, but the packaging look so it's beautiful. For me it's just beautiful. I don't mind some people say about this foundation that, you know, the packaging is old and why it's not standing. I don't mind, I think it's beautiful. When it comes to shade range, like I said before, there are many shades that are unpopular in different type of foundation, different brands. Like golden, this is really golden undertone. This is not cool yellow undertone. This is not just straight on yellow undertone. This is golden, so it's like mix huge amount of yellow, a little bit orange, a little bit green in it. There are also olive shades that I know olive people really like and really can find a good match in this foundation. So the shade range is really something amazing, and I think other brands could learn from it a lot, because this is something new, something that I didn't experience with other foundation, that they have so good shade range that I personally find a perfect match in this foundation. This is something unique, and I think Lisa Eldridge and whole the company, they made a really good job in it. And in this, like in the shade range, it's honestly perfect job. Going really fast today. let's go to the pros and cons. So first, pros of this foundation. The shade range, it's like the top for me, because finding my shade in a foundation, it's almost impossible. Shade range, it's really good, really the spot on shades, like not like weird shades, every shade is orange or something like that. Shades are really good. Packaging for me is really beautiful, like I'm sorry, it's my opinion, but the packaging is just beautiful. When you are oily, really long wear foundation, like really long wearing, it's looking flawless for many hours. The fact that you can manipulate the finish of the foundation, so if you put glowy base and like you won't put powder on top, it's more of a glowy or skin-like finish. If you're gonna put powder on top, if you're gonna put like mattifying base, it's gonna be more on a matte side foundation. So the fact that you can manipulate the finish of the foundation, it's really unique for me, and it's really making you buying one foundation and you can make it look like you have 3 different type of foundations. Really good job, really something also unique. The way how it looks like on a more oily skin, it's also a big pro for me. About cons now, because also there are few cons. If your skin is dry, this is not foundation for you. It's emphasizing dry patches and some dry skin parts really badly, and it can feel dry on the skin while you put it, like you can feel the dryness if your skin is more dry. So if my skin is more on the dry side and it's irritated, it's not looking good and it's not wearing good. Little con, but this is not something that I expect in any foundation, is that, okay, there are some skincare ingredients, but my skin don't feel them and my skin is not getting better after using this foundation. Some little con, but nothing major for me. And I think it's about it. About pros and cons, like I said, it's really good foundation if you're more oily, but it's not good foundation if you're more dry, and this is the biggest concept that you can have. So if you are oily, you can really love this foundation, but if you are dry, you maybe not gonna love it. Like, I'm not speaking for everyone with a dry skin, because I know there are many types of dry skin and some of them may love this foundation, but most, I imagine, wouldn't like it. The biggest thing now, the biggest question for me, will I buy this foundation again? Because of the shade match, if I really need to think about it now, because the first thing when I think about this foundation, the first answer I wanted to give you is no. I won't repurchase this foundation. I will be glad to use it, to use all of it, and I'm not gonna complain about it. It's not like I'm gonna now give it to somebody else because I didn't like it. No. But am I gonna purchase another bottle? I don't think so. The only reason I would do it, and why I was thinking so long about it, it's because of the shade match, that it's perfect. But if I will find foundation that have good shade match for me as well, so something with golden undertone, like real golden undertone, not orange undertone or cool yellow, really golden undertone, I think I wouldn't repurchase it. So that will be it for today. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any suggestions, any questions, or you would like me to review something else that you maybe want to buy, give me a shout in the comments. I would appreciate every like of this video, every subscription. It means a world to me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.